Welcome back to News Talk. Easing gridlock on Interstate 66. Virginia's governor and lawmakers came up with a plan last month, and that plan is up for discussion this week. The first of 3 public hearings was held last night, and joining us now on the news line with more is Michelle Holland from VDOT. Michelle, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Sure. Good morning.
So good morning to you. This plan, it calls for building additional toll lanes outside the Beltway on 66 and then inside the Beltway, allowing single drivers to use 66 during rush hours, but they're going to have to pay for that privilege. So last night was the first public meeting on this. How was the turnout?
The turnout was excellent. We had our first public hearing last night in Arlington. We had a full house. A lot of people came out, and we will hold another meeting this evening out in Ashburn and our third meeting tomorrow evening here in Fairfax.
Okay. What are people talking about the most? Is there something that confuses them about this project or something that they don't like?
Well, what we're really focusing on this week, we're having design public hearings for the tolling system that will be built so that the tolling operations can take effect. So we're really taking a look at where the equipment and the toll gantries will be located and built within the 9-mile corridor on 66 inside the Beltway. And we're also explaining to folks how the tolling will work.
The meeting last night you said was in Arlington, so I'm imagining that it's inside the Beltway that is the issue for most of Arlingtonians.
Absolutely,
okay.
Yeah. What
are they talking about?
Well, the folks that were there, I think, were very interested in knowing, just a little bit more about how the tolling is going to work. There's a lot of people that are interested in how the toll revenue will be spent, and it is going to be spent on multimodal projects that'll be implemented throughout the corridor, benefiting Arlingtonians as well as people from throughout the entire 66 corridor. And these projects could include things such as enhanced bus service, new van pools or carpools, metro rail improvements, different roadway improvements at intersections on local roads, park and ride lots. So there's a lot of improvements going on that's going to benefit overall traffic flow on 66, aside from just the tolling.
So in addition to going to these meetings and getting a lot of great information, are people also allowed to sort of weigh in? I mean, can you vote at these meetings?
Well, these are public hearings, so we are giving people the opportunity to provide official comment, and that comment will be considered by VDOT and by the project team, and will go on the official public record as part of this process. This is a required step that we have to take, for the project in order to keep it moving forward. But we are always having different information meetings and opportunities to go out and meet with the public to hear their input. But this actually gives them an opportunity to have their voice heard and be officially considered part of the public record.
So this will be the first time that there are tolls on Interstate 66. Can you explain a little further about the dynamic pricing of those tolls?
Sure, absolutely. As you said, we are really transforming all of I-66 in Northern Virginia. On the inside of the Beltway, which is from 495 to Route 29 in Roslyn, we will be implementing tolling during the peak travel times, so during morning and afternoon rush hour in the peak direction. So it will be eastbound in the morning and westbound in the afternoon. Currently, as people know, those lanes are restricted to HOV traffic only. So what we're doing is we are expanding the hours, and we are giving people an opportunity to get on the lanes by paying a toll. And this will allow people more choices than they have today. And with the monies that we're going to be investing in the transit improvements, we'll be providing other choices, other travel options for people.
Do we know so far how high those tolls might go?
The tolls are dynamic. The reason that we do that is to manage the traffic on the lanes and keep the lanes moving. Managing the lanes will allow us to give folks a reliable trip, which you don't currently have today when you're traveling on 66. We're doing a lot of traffic analysis and toll revenue analysis, and at this time we think the average toll might cost between $5 and $6 a trip. which is similar or even lower to the tolls on other express lanes in Northern Virginia today. But again, the price is going to change. It is based on the level of traffic congestion that is out there on the road at that given time. And that is meant to manage the demand for the lanes so that it doesn't get overly crowded.
All right, how long is it going to take to build all these extra lanes and change to the toll lane inside the Beltway? And how much disruption is that going to cause travelers?
Sure. The construction of the implementation of the tolling inside the Beltway is going to start this summer, and we expect that the tolling to go into effect by summer of 2017. So that construction will have some minor impacts on traffic, not a great deal because that mainly consists of building signs and toll gantries. There is another component to the inside project that we're now looking at, and that is widening, adding a third lane on a section of 66 eastbound. And we are working through environmental studies that need to be done for that project to move forward. And that construction of that additional lane would begin in early 2018 with it opening in 2020. And on outside the Beltway, we also have two express lanes in each direction being built. We expect that construction to kick off in 2017 and for that to be open by late 2020. So people are going to see a whole new 66 by 2020, much more reliable travel and new travel options that they don't have today.
A lot of people cannot wait for that. Michelle Holland with VDOT, thank you so much once again. The two remaining meetings are tonight. That's in Ashburn, and Wednesday night, that one in Fairfax, and you can go to transform66.org and get all the details. And we're coming back with more right after this.